Hello and welcome. I am so excited to be joining you live today or on the recording if you're watching the recording because custom Cabooties are back. It's one of our very favorite events of all time, and I am so excited to be making Cabooties just for you again. If you have never experienced custom Cabooties, you are in for a treat. This is your chance to design your very own baby shoes, adult slippers, boots, even shoes for your big kids. This is your chance to get those shoes made just especially for you. In case you don't know, I am Kelly. I'm the mom behind Cabooties. I run the whole basement here out. I run the whole business here out of the studio in my basement. And I am so excited to be chatting with you today. And if you can hear me, I would love it if you would just say hi in the comments so I know that you're there. If you are watching this live or if you're on the replay on Facebook, tell me hi there too. I am also streaming actually directly to the website. So if at any point you want to hop over to the customs collection on the website, you can actually still keep track of this live video there. You won't be able to comment on the website, but you will be able to watch this either live or on the replay right at cabooties.com in that customs collection. So thank you so much for being here with me. While we wait for people to join us live, I wanted to give you a quick update on the move. So you may know, you notice I am still in the same space. I always am whenever I am live, but the Cabooties that are usually all right here are in a new place. So we partnered with a fulfillment center. They work with lots of small businesses. This is not like a warehouse that we own or anything. Cabooties is not that big. We do not own a warehouse and we do not have a warehouse staff, but we've partnered with a fulfillment center that works with lots of small businesses. It's owned by a new dad named Greg, and they work with lots of small businesses to help us access resources that would not typically be available to little businesses of our size. And so they now have all of the Cabooty shoes. They are in the process today of getting that all organized and put into bins. And they are going to be shipping orders of anything that's ready to ship. So all of those baby shoes you see on the website, adult slippers, grab bags, all those things are coming directly from them now. So I do actually have one small request during this customs event. Please do not order customs and ready to ship stuff in the same order. I think in the future, we'll probably be able to make that work. But for right now, while the warehouse staff is getting to know our business, that might confuse them. And so be kind to the fulfillment center people. And please, if you want to order ready to ship Cabooties and custom Cabooties, please do that in two separate orders. If that creates extra shipping charges, let me know. They will be coming in two separate shipments, but if that's an issue for you, let me know and we can make things work for you. But please don't put them in the same order because I don't want your order to get mixed up or not shipped correctly. So just keep those separate for now for this customs round, please. Thank you, because all of the custom Cabooties are still shipping from me. You might be wondering why I decided to start using a fulfillment center for Cabooties. And the reason is, so my daughter is in school 2 hours, 4 days a week. That's a total of 8 hours, not counting the time that I'm like driving back and forth to her school. So it got to the point where all of my work time was literally just putting shoes in envelopes for you. And I couldn't design more shoes. I couldn't hang out and chat with you guys. I couldn't sew things for you because all I was doing was putting shoes in envelopes. And so I decided it was a better use of my time to bring you guys all the fun stuff that we love, like these customs, that I didn't have time for while I was just putting shoes in envelopes. And it was also a great opportunity to create some jobs for more people. So that warehouse is in Cleveland, Ohio. I don't know if you know this. I currently live in Hershey, Pennsylvania, but I grew up in Ohio. So I am so excited to be making more jobs for people and to be able to bring you more stuff, provide you better customer service. Orders will ship faster, returns will process faster, and we'll be able to do more things like customs because that is all in the fulfillment center. They are putting things away now. So ready to ship items are not shipping yet. They should be shipping no later than February 21st. And there's a little blurb on the website that explains that to you. If you have any questions about the move or about shipping or anything like that, leave them in the comments of this video if you're watching live or on the replay on Facebook, and I will definitely get those answered for you. Or you can always come into the Cabooties Community Facebook group and get your questions answered there. Tag me, I'm Kelly Barth, and we will make sure you get answers to whatever you need. I can see you guys can hear me and see me. Good morning, Ashley. Tanya, your name is working now, and yay for customs. Good morning, Maritza. If you would like me to be able to see your name, if you're watching live on Facebook, there's a little caption and it says, give StreamYard permission to see who you are. And all that does is give me permission to pop your name up and your picture right here. Thank you so much for joining me live. Now, before we dive into how customs work, I would love to know, is this your first custom event or are you a pro at this? I am going to give you a quick walkthrough of how this works, but I wonder how many of you already know. How many of you have been here before for this? So tell me in the comments, even if you're watching the replay, tell me if this is your first time with customs or if you are an old pro at this. Here's someone I know knows what's going on. Hi, Melissa. Thank you for joining me today. So the first thing I want to do is show you what kinds of items you can customize. So in the Customs Cabooties event, it's the same products that we normally offer, but they are customized fabrics. So you get to choose what fabrics you like, and then we will sew lots of different cool things for you. So first of all, if you're here, you probably know these. These are our baby shoes. This was one of the prints we just offered for Valentine's Day. They're not available on the website, but you could grab this print as a custom if you wanted. These are our plaid baby shoe cabooties, but in the customs event, you can get them in any print you want. So our standard cabooties are kind of the thing that we're best known for because these baby shoes are so easy to put on. They don't fall off, and there's no right or left shoe, so you don't have to worry about getting them on the right way. They have this elastic around the ankle so that they open wide up. You just slide your wiggly little baby foot in there, and then it gently cinches back down so that it clings to their ankle. It doesn't squeeze their ankle, but it holds on so that these will not just kick right back off. They all have flexible rubber soles. And like when I say flexible, I mean flexible, right? So they are designed to mimic the sensation of walking barefoot so that your baby can flex and grip the ground. They're not going to trip, and they're also not going to slip and slide because this is very grippy. But it's also going to give them a little protection too. The tops of all of these customs will be eco canvas or recycled canvas. These are great because they are made with recycled water bottles, so they're sustainable. You can feel good about that, but they're also water resistant. They're machine washable. They're durable, so they're going to hold up. I would say these shoes are best for indoor and light outdoor use. So they're good for going on little walks. If your baby drags their toes on the ground and you walk on abrasive concrete, that might show a little bit of wear faster in these, but for the most part, especially if you're on grass or mulch, soft ground, these are good for outdoors, and they're great for indoors, especially if you have slippery floors. They're great for daycare. My daughter's preschool teachers love them because they actually stay on their feet. They're not chasing 100 pairs of baby shoes around all day because these actually stay put when your baby kicks. So these are Cabooties baby shoes. These can be customized, and I'm going to show you how to choose fabric for these in just a minute. The next thing we have are boots. Boots are very, very limited. I think there's 5 pairs of custom boots available, but we do have some. I just got back from Cleveland from the warehouse, and oh my goodness, there is so much snow on the ground. There were drifts where the snow was like literally 10 feet deep. I'm not exaggerating. We were driving in the car, and I was in the car with my mother-in-law, and I looked over and the snow was up to her eyes when we were sitting in the car. It is so deep. So if you are in a place like that, we do have some boots still. Here in Pennsylvania, our snow is all gone. It all melted while I was away. But we do have some boots. The boots are so cool because they are all the things you love about Cabooties baby shoes, but they have these snaps. So they open right up. But look, there is a baby shoe in there. How neat is that? They still have the rubber soles. They're still made of that water-resistant, machine washable, recycled canvas. And the snaps are adjustable. I don't know how well you can see it on camera, but there's 2 rows of snaps. So if your baby has skinny legs or chunky legs or something in between, you can adjust Cabooties to work for you. And Maritza is saying they live in the desert and they wear these boots hiking. They hold up so well. That is amazing, Maritza. So there are just 5 pairs of custom boots. The reason there's only 5 is because I personally am sewing every single pair of custom boots. And even though I'm not shipping all of the ready to ship orders, I am also packing and shipping all the customs. And I just have a finite amount of hours in the day, and I don't want you guys to have to wait like 3 or 4 months to get these. There is a 4 to 8 week turnaround on customs because the fabric is printed to order, and then we sew them, and then we ship them. So there is a little bit of a turnaround time on these, but quantities are very limited, so you're not waiting for like the whole rest of your life. So I've shown you baby shoes, I've shown you boots. I'm going to show you youth slippers. I'm only going to show you the youth. I'm not going to show you adults because they're basically the same thing. The adults are just bigger. Again, these are recycled canvas. The main difference is, well, there's a couple of big differences. The elastic only goes around the back of the foot. It does not go in the front. Presumably by the time you get into youth and adult sizes, you're not kicking your shoes off accidentally anymore. So these are really designed to fit more of the shape of a more mature foot, which tends to be longer, thinner, not so chunky. So the shoes are shaped to reflect that. And then they don't have elastic all the way in the front just because that's a little more comfortable for a more mature foot shape. These do have lining in the soles. Baby shoes don't, because like we mentioned, for baby's development, they really need to be able to feel the ground as they learn to walk. Presumably, if you're in this size, you have learned how to walk, so you get to have a little bit of extra padding in there. And for the insoles, I use polyester fleece because it's moisture wicking. So if you have sweaty feet and you think, I don't know if I want to wear slippers in the house, this actually keeps your feet drier than even if you were just barefoot. The upper lining is cotton flannel. We use cotton flannel because it breathes. It's going to allow air circulation around your foot. So this top is going to allow your foot to breathe. This insole is going to keep your feet dry. And then just like the baby shoes, they have a rubber sole. These are black because we went through a minute where I couldn't get brown, but we have brown again. So all the soles will be brown. And again, they're that grippy lining. I love these for around the house, especially if you have hard floors, slippy floors. These are great for that. We have wooden stairs and I get so nervous carrying my kids up and down them that I'm going to slip. So I pretty much always have these on in the house to help me get a little traction. I also wear them when we do the grocery curbside pickup, when we are in the carpool line, anytime where we're out. And I don't have to wear hard shoes. I am always in these because they're like socks. Like think of your very favorite slipper socks. That's what this feels like, except they have a rubber sole. So you have all the benefit of that protection of a sole, but all the comfort of wearing your cushiest, best, breathable, moisture wicking socks. And they're machine washable too. So those are the youth and the adult slippers. Again, totally customizable. And there's also a few accessories. There are a few custom hair bows on there, which I don't have to show you, but they're just like a hand-tied fabric bow. There are pictures on the website. Sorry, Maritza, I'm going to pop you off of here. They are available in nylon band and alligator clip. So whether your baby has hair or not. And I also love the nylon band as a scrunchie, as like a bow scrunchie. So those are available in nylon band and alligator clip. And then we also have pacifier clips. I call these pacifier clips because that's what they're best known by, but these actually work great for toys. They just have this little elastic loop that can wrap around anything that has a hook or a handle. Sorry, it's not really focusing on that. That's annoying. But these work with anything that has a hook or a handle on them. And they work for toys. They work for snacks, anything your baby throws. And on this end, they have this little clip. It is a baby-proof clip, so your baby's not going to get this open. But for you to open it, you just push this little tab in the back, and it pops open. I wish that was focusing better. I'm sorry, guys. But this just clips right onto baby's shirt, a stroller strap, whatever you want to clip that on. These are about 8 inches long. They are CPSIA compliant, so they're not going to choke your baby. That's why they are the length they are. And these are also made of recycled canvas. If you have any questions about these clips or about the bows or anything else, go ahead and drop those in the comments now so I can get those answered for you. And I can't remember if I mentioned this already. We use plastic clips for these because they don't rust in the wash. So if it is clipped to your baby's shirt and it goes through the wash, it's going to be okay. Your baby's clothes are not going to get rust spots all over them. If you have ever used a metal clipped pacifier clip and that's happened to you, you know it's the worst. So these are okay to go through the washing machine. They're also okay to chew on because these are tested for lead. And they are lead free. So you don't have to worry about leaving your baby to use this. Just obviously don't leave them unattended with anything strapped to them. I'm going to check really quickly and see if there's any questions now. Again, if you are watching the replay on social media, you can leave a comment and we will get back to it on the replay. If you're watching this on the website, there's a little chat bubble down in the bottom corner. Ask your questions there and either myself or Jesse will get back to you with answers to that. Okay, I am taking a quick look at the comments to see if we have any questions. Tanya lives in Michigan and it is snowy and cold there. So those boots are definitely a must-have if you are in that cold climate right now in February. I was hoping we'd be in the tail end of winter, but I feel like it's just beginning. And Maritza and Tanya are talking about getting their Spoonflower fabric. So as soon as I make sure all your questions are answered, I'm going to take you to Spoonflower and I'm going to show you how to pick fabric. It's not hard. It's actually really super fun. When you start looking for that fabric, you're going to be addicted. It is so exciting. Courtney's asking about the sizing. The sizing is the same as before. So if you found a size that works for you, I would go with the size that worked for you last time, Courtney. Thank you for asking. And you can always reach out to me with a message. Let me know your exact shoe size or leave in the comments of your order. This is the size I wear. This is the length and width of my foot. And I will do my very, very best to get something that's going to fit you perfectly. Nadina, I don't have swim shoes listed. I wasn't sure there would be interest for swim in February, but if you would like to do swim, I can add a couple of pairs. I'll make a note to add that'll be a very few pairs, but I can add a few pairs of swim as well. So you will see those pop up after this live ends. Thanks for asking, Nadina. Let me know too. Do you need youth sizes or baby sizes of swim shoes? Thank you. Child with a shoe size 3 to 4, would you advise to get an adult extra small or a youth extra large? I would always say, I don't have the size chart in front of me, but I would always say size up. If you're in between sizes, I think one thing kids always do, the one thing they're guaranteed to do is grow, and they grow so fast. So if you are in between sizes, I would definitely size up. And then if they're a little big when you get them, wear them with thick socks to start, and then you can wear them without socks as they grow. Okay. Are you guys ready to go to Spoonflower? And I'm going to show you how to fabric shop. So I'm going to share my screen, and I hope you'll be a little bit patient as I take you over there. Here we go. Are you looking at Spoonflower? It looks like you are. So spoonflower.com is where we choose all of our fabric prints, and I'll tell you why. It is such a cool website. All of the prints on this website are designed by independent designers. And so when we order Spoonflower fabric for your shoes, the artist who designs these prints actually gets paid a commission. So with your custom Cabooties purchase, you're also supporting independent artists, which is so cool. And Spoonflower has unlimited fabric options. If you like a thing, Spoonflower has a print for it. Our only limitation is that we cannot offer any trademarked or copyrighted images. So we can't do Disney, Marvel, anything like that. I'm so sorry. But I just don't own the rights to those. So we cannot offer copyrighted images, and don't worry because you won't find them on Spoonflower. Any print you see on Spoonflower is okay to use for Cabooties. I'm going to show you what prints make a good pair of Cabooties and which ones are not a good choice. Keep in mind, though, because these are all designed by independent artists, you'll be able to see who designed the fabric print that you like. And if you go in there and the print is too big and it won't fit on one of these teeny tiny pairs of baby shoes, because this is all the space we're working with here. If you go in and the print is too big, you can send a message to the artist and ask them if they'll make a smaller version for you, or they might already have a smaller version. If you poke around the site a little bit, you may be able to find that. So let's dive into Spoonflower. You can see they have lots and lots of options. This is just what's available on the home page, but if you search for what you're looking for, you're going to find lots of great things. So let's take a look at, let's go into here. And I'm going to show you how to decide if a print is a good choice for you. So when you are on the website, the first thing I want you to do is tap Test Swatch. And what this is going to do is bring up an 8-inch by 8-inch piece of fabric. Now, the toe of a pair of Cabooties baby shoes is about 4 inches by 4 inches. And so if the design that you want to see on your shoe does not fit in a 4-inch by 4-inch square, which is 1/4 of this test swatch, then it's not going to be a good choice for your shoes. Because if I were to choose this print, let's say I fell in love with this illustrated deer, and it really is, this is a beautiful print. But if I picked this print, this is all that's going to fit on a pair of Cabooties. I'm not going to be able to fit this whole deer on the front of a pair of shoes. So this would not be an ideal choice. So what I want you to do, again, is pick a print that you like, click on Test Swatch, and then on your computer, you can actually mouse over and it conveniently brings up a 4-inch by 4-inch square. It was like it was made for us. On your phone, I think you can magnify into the same size, but just a good rule of thumb is whatever fits in the top quarter. So between this hash mark here and this hash mark here, whatever fits there is likely what's going to end up on a pair of shoes for you. You may be able to scroll down and you can see they have collections featured. They have similar prints featured when you scroll down, or you could click right here. The artist here is Rebecca Rec Art. you can tap her little link right here and actually send her a message and ask if she could create a scaled down version of this for you that would fit on a pair of shoes. But this particular print, I would say, is not a good choice if you want to have this whole deer on your shoes. So let's go back and take a look at something that would be a better option. My favorite prints for Cabooties, the ones that will definitely work, are things like this one here, this Night Stars print. Because it is abstract, there's nothing you have to worry about. Oh gosh, will the thing I like be centered on there? You're going to get just a beautiful starry pair of shoes no matter what ends up printed. The other thing to keep in mind, another reason I love Spoonflower. I'm on StreamYard talking about Spoonflower. The reason I love Spoonflower is because I can actually have all of your designs printed and it comes looking like a quilt. So I can order just enough fabric in each print to make your pair of shoes. So there's no textile waste. We're not throwing out tons of extra fabric in all of your prints. I get just enough to make exactly your shoes. So that's great because we're not throwing lots of fabric into a landfill. And it's amazing that this fabric is made out of recycled plastic, but it is still plastic. So whatever gets thrown away is not going to biodegrade, right? So we try to make as little waste as possible, which is one of the things I love about being able to print in those small amounts. It's also, unfortunately, though, very limiting. I get a square about this big to make your baby shoes out of, and I am stuck with what they give me and how the patterns lay out. So I might not get the piece that you really want centered. I may not have that in that piece in a way that I can center it on your shoes. So something that's abstract like this is a really great choice. However, you can get something that's not abstract as well. And let's go find something like, I'll go back up here. I think these elephants. So we're going to go into our test swatch. Oh no, the elephants are too big. Okay, let's go back. And that's another thing to note about Spoonflower. So when you create a Spoonflower design, they actually let you choose between 3 different sizes of what you want your prints to be. And so it's actually really interesting. You may have caught that these tiny elephants and this big deer are actually the same size when they print. So they look different. That's just a little caveat with Spoonflower to keep in mind. Let's find something else. Let's check out these birds. When I click test swatch, oh my goodness, the birds are huge too. Let's keep looking. Or I actually have one here. I'll just show you this. So I have a couple printed out examples. This is what a test swatch looks like in person, if this gives you a good idea of the scale. This is another example of a print that would not be a good choice because the cats are so big. And when I try to cut this out, I'm not going to be able to get 2 toes. Like I could get this brown cat here, but then I wouldn't have enough fabric left to cut out the second toe for your shoes. So this one would not be a great choice, as adorable as these cats are. These owls, if you click in the test swatch view and they're teeny tiny like this, it's going to look so tiny on your screen that, oh my gosh, they're not going to be recognizable as owls. But when they are on your shoes, they are going to be sweet, adorable owls. Something like this, where the icons on it that you want to show up on the shoes are about 1 inch or less high, this is a great choice for custom shoes. If you have any questions about choosing prints, please leave those here now, or you can use the little chat bubble on the website to ask those. Tanya, this is a great suggestion. So using words like micro scale, tiny scale, or DITSY, D-I-T-S-Y, when you search for prints, those are going to give you teeny tiny things like this. And so that's a great place to start. Micro scale, tiny scale, and DITSY, add those to your fabric search. And that is going to be a great way to just find those tiny prints that are going to work really well for Cabooties. Now I'm going to share my screen one more time and I'm going to show you what to do next. Okay, I think that this scale print, how cool is this? Especially for swim shoes, this would be amazing, right? So I'm actually going to click onto this and I'm going to show you how to place your order now. So now that I've found this, I'm going to come up to the web address bar at the very top. You can't see that part of my screen here, but up at the top where the web address is, where you type out your www. whatever, I am going to copy that. I'm going to copy that web address. I need the whole thing. So it should say spoonflower.com/whatever/fabric/ and then the name of the fabric print. I need that whole address. You're not copying. What you should not be copying is the name of the fabric here. Please do not copy just the word mermaid scales and paste that. Sometimes that happens. That doesn't help me because there might be 200 prints on Spoonflower called mermaid scales. What I need is the spoonflower.com / that address. So go in and copy this, and then you're going to go over to cabooties.com. I have to stop sharing my screen and then start sharing it again to show you the website. So be a little bit patient. Thank you. And now you should be looking at cabooties.com. So I've added a link to this, the caption of this video. You might actually be on cabooties.com watching this video right now, in which case you know where to go. Or right on the homepage of the website, there is a link that says Custom Cabooties now. So when you go to the Custom Cabooties collection, which I'm not going to show you because this video is streaming there and we would have a terrible audio loop and it would not be pleasant. But when you go to the Custom Cabooties collection, you can choose between all those items I showed you before: baby shoes, adult slippers, youth slippers, boots, pacifier clips, hair bows, and in a minute, swim shoes will be available. They're not just yet, but I will add those soon. So pick the item that you'd like, go into that listing, and be a little bit patient, because where it says reinforced toes and size and custom fabric link, some or all of those may not show up when you click the link. And that's because I have to use an extension on the website to make this work right. So those are going to take a little bit longer to load than the rest of the page. Don't freak out if you don't see them. Just give it 10 or 15 seconds. Once this custom fabric box loads, first of all, choose whether or not you want reinforced toes. And the reinforced toes look like this. It's just a piece of the sole that goes up over the front of the toe. If your baby drags their feet and you tend to be on especially abrasive concrete often, I would suggest selecting that reinforced toes option. There are only a very limited number of those available, but those are there if you want them. So you choose whether or not you want the reinforced toes. You choose your baby's size. Now, keep in mind when you're choosing their size, it takes me 4 to 8 weeks to have the fabric printed, sew your shoes, and ship them out to you. So don't order the size your baby's wearing today. Order the size you expect that they will be wearing 2 months from now. So if they are at the end of 12 to 18 months, don't order 12 to 18 months, order 18 to 24 months. Or if your child is in a youth small today, it might be a good idea to order a youth medium just so they can grow. And again, if you get some shoes and they're a little snug, wear socks with them. We do offer socks on the website. I would just ask, if you want to grab those socks, please do order them separately from your customs, because the socks are shipping from our fulfillment center in Ohio now, and they might get confused if the socks and the customs are in the same order. So again, make sure you order your ready to ship items separate from your customs. All right, back to this. So choose whether or not you want reinforced toes, choose your size. So my baby's wearing 12 to 18 months today, so I will select 18 to 24 months so she has room to grow. And then remember that link that we copied all that time ago before I babbled about stuff. We're going to click in this box that says copy and paste, and we are going to click paste. And see that website address that we copied before is here. And remember, this should not be the name of the fabric. This should say www.spoonflower.com / and then the name of the fabric. If it's not a www. Go back to your website address bar at the top of the screen and make sure you copy that website address bar. Okay. Maritza is asking a great question. When will these ship? So like I said, it is a 4 to 8 week turnaround time, but I can show you if you are looking at any of the items on every single one of these. First of all, I've typed out all of these instructions that I just told you about: how to find the right fabric, how to copy, how to paste, all those things, where to find that test swatch button, how to know where things fit on your shoes. All of those instructions are written out on the listing page, so you don't have to remember all this. You don't have to watch this whole half-hour long video again. All of those instructions are written out for you on every product page. When you scroll all the way down to the bottom, there's a little calendar for you. It's going to tell you exactly what timeline to expect. So from the 8th through the 14th, you can place your orders. On the 14th, that night, I will be taking these listings down, and I cannot let you order late. And I'm sorry, I'm going to have to be strict on that, because I'll be ordering the fabric on the 15th. Once that fabric order goes in, we are done for order. So make sure you get your order in on the 14th. If for some reason the timing doesn't work for you, if you're waiting for some reason to order, know that Afterpay is also an option for these. Afterpay or Shop Pay installments are an option for you on these, so you can order now and then pay in installments or pay later for those. And then on February 15th, I am placing the fabric order. So like I said, I cannot take any more orders. Once that fabric order goes out, we're done. Because I have to arrange all of the prints on what that quilt-like thing I was telling you about. Once that is all laid out and sent off to Spoonflower, that's it. So that order goes out on February 15th. It takes them about a week to print our fabric, and then they mail that back to me. So I expect I will have your custom fabric by March 1st. Today's February 8th. So I expect I will have your custom fabric in hand by March 1st. And then we can start sewing. So until March 1st, I can't do anything until we get that fabric. We're just waiting for it to come. March 1st, I will start sewing. Andrea is going to help me sew baby shoes. Tammy might also help me sew baby shoes. So we will be batching those by size and getting those out as fast as we can. I will personally be sewing all the boots, the youth slippers, and the mommy slippers, as well as those accessories. So those might take a little bit longer because I'm just one person and I'm doing the whole business over here. So those may take a little bit longer, but we will be sewing these from March 1st to April 1st. And I expect and I hope that all of your shoes will be shipped by April 1st. But again, keep in mind, and your order may ship March 1st, but it may ship April 1st. So keep in mind when you're placing your order, what size will your child be wearing on April 1st in order for that. I also would not recommend ordering St. Patrick's Day shoes now. That's why we did that pre-order earlier. I can't guarantee that you'll have these shoes by St. Patrick's Day. I do expect, I think Easter is in the middle of April this year. So I do expect you'll have them for Easter. But I wouldn't recommend, if you're planning for like a March birthday or especially a February birthday, I would not recommend ordering shoes for those February and March occasions. But for April occasions and later, go ahead, order all the shoes you want. Tanya is asking, what is the real size difference between newborn and 0 to 6 inches? And the answer is 1/2 inch. Each baby shoe size is 1/2 inch bigger. I find that for most children, and obviously every baby's different, for most children, the newborn size fits until about 3 months. Obviously, with the 0 to 6 month size, they're going to fit longer. With the newborn size, they're more likely to fit right away. But again, make sure, Tanya, you're ordering for the size you think your baby will be wearing on April 1st. And I'm so excited for you and your new little one. Congratulations. Amanda asked, will these be all in Eco Canvas? Yes. Everything will be printed on that Eco Recycle Canvas. And Tanya, oh my goodness, I'm so excited for you. I hope everything goes smooth. And yeah, I always err on the size of ordering a size up because one thing they always do is get bigger. All right, if there are any more questions about anything custom, I think I've covered it all. We've talked about what kind of items are available, how to choose appropriate fabric. Remember, if something seems like it might be too big, you can always look and see if the artist has a smaller size, or you can message the artist on Spoonflower. Sometimes they're responsive, sometimes they're not, but it's always worth a shot to say, hey, I love these cats. Could you make them smaller? Make the cats 1 inch at the largest for me, please. And that's easy for the artist to do on Spoonflower if they see your message. So if you find something like this, which is too big, you can always ask them to resize it. Something like this is perfect. And remember, you can find that by using the test swatch view. And there are instructions on all the listing pages, so you can see that there. We talked about how to order and remind you to be patient for that size box and where you copy your URL to load. Be patient. They do load slow. I'm sorry. It's not something I have control over. So just know that that's going to take a couple of seconds, 10 to 15 seconds to load at the most. And if there's no more questions, I'm not seeing any. Remember, this ends February 14th or when things sell out. There's a very limited quantity of boots, adult slippers, and youth slippers. And we have about 60 pairs of Cabooties baby shoes available, although there's a very limited amount available with reinforced toes. Those are all available now at Cabooties.com. You'll be able to watch this video there all week long. If you have questions, if you're watching this on social media, leave them in the comments here and I'll be monitoring the comments, or you can always ask in the Cabooties community Facebook group. Tag me, Kelly Barth, to get your questions answered. Or if you're on the website watching the replay of this, tap that little chat bubble and Jesse or I will be with you to help you and get all of your questions answered. I hope you guys have a great week. This was a long one. Thank you to those of you who are still here for hanging in, and I will see you soon. Remember, these ship April 1st, so keep that in mind when choosing your sizes. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for letting us sew some one-of-a-kind amazing goodies for you. I know you're going to love them. I cannot wait to see what fabric you pick. You all have the best taste. You surprise me and excite me every single time. And I cannot wait to start sharing your completed shoes in the Cabooties community group with you. Have a great week. I'll be here if you have any questions. And Tanya, I can't wait to see what you pick. Bye, guys. Oh, wait. Hold on. Ashley has a question. I missed the talk about the Spoonflower website. Can I send the custom link after we have purchased? So Ashley, it's really, really helpful if your link is with your order so I don't get mixed up. But if you've already placed your order, you can send it to us later and I will add it as a note. But I would prefer if the link is in your order, just because I don't want to make you the wrong thing on accident. All right. If anybody has any other, or nobody has any other questions, I'm going to say goodbye for now. Oh, it's okay, Ashley. No worries. We can always make it work. I just always like to try to keep things simple just in case, but we will make whatever you need work for you. And have a great week, guys. Bye for real this time.